You ever get that feeling on a Sunday night? That specific kind of dread, knowing that you have to go back to a job that powers your laptop, but not much else. I had that bad. I had tried the usual side hustles, but they all ended up feeling like a second, worse paying job. So when I stumbled onto another online program, I was skeptical, especially because it looked like one of those, a program that teaches you how to, well, sell the program. It sounded a little sketchy, but the more I looked, the more I realized the secret wasn't the product, it was the system. And that system is the reason this blueprint actually works. You know that feeling that you get on a Sunday night? It's a specific flavor of dread, a uniquely modern condition. It's the knowledge that you're about to trade 5 full days of your life for a paycheck that mostly just covers the expenses of having the job in the first place. My job was to translate emails from one person into emails for another person. In return, I got a special piece of paper that let me trade for food and rent. It was a living, technically. So I did what the internet told me to do. I tried the side hustles. Drop shipping, FBA, making artisanal memes for dogs, you name it. Which, statistically, is a great way to turn your free time and your money into a fine dust. Over 90% of those shiny new online stores, they fail in the first few months. It's like getting a second, worse paying job that you actually have to pay for. So you end up in a loop, stuck in the job that you want to leave to pay for the side hustle that's going nowhere. You scroll at night looking for a real answer, but all you find are teenagers in rented Lamborghinis and gurus who speak entirely in acronyms. You're basically at the point of giving up and accepting your fate as a professional button clicker. But then, on a Tuesday, your algorithm serves you something. Something that looks, for all intents and purposes, like just another scam. And for some reason, you click. So I clicked, and there it was. Another course, another promise. The sales page had all the classics. Stock photos of people smiling at their laptops, vague promises of financial freedom, a countdown timer that was almost certainly lying. It centered on a concept that sounded, on the surface, a little bit like a pyramid. A program that teaches you how to, well, market and sell the program. Our product-based commissions with direct sales, and it's legally compliant and transparent. DSA, Direct Selling Association member. I bought it, mostly out of morbid curiosity. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion, but from my bank account. I skipped through the usual motivational fluff. Module 1, believe in yourself. Okay. Module 2, the power of mindset. Cool. But then I got to Module 3, and there was this term that I never really paid attention to before. Learn how to use our program to start a global successful online business. Just join with $149. What you'll get when you join our community? A done-for-you system run in your own language, marketing training, mentorship, and weekly Zoom meetings, supportive community. Here's the simple version. Normally, if you want to sell lemonade, you have to figure out the recipe, buy the lemons, build the stand, and hope people like your weird lemon-to-sugar ratio. It's a whole thing. But with our program, it's like someone builds a beautiful state-of-the-art lemonade stand, perfects the recipe, stocks it with lemons, and then just hands you the keys. They say that for every cup you sell, you keep all of the money. Forever. You're not their employee. You're not an affiliate. You own the stand. My brain basically did a factory reset. The biggest problem of starting an online business, what do I even sell, was just solved. But then I kept digging through the modules, and I realized the resellable product wasn't even the main point. It was a Trojan horse. Hidden inside was a full-blown education on actual high-income digital skills. How to build sales funnels, how to write emails that don't sound like a robot, copywriting, social media marketing, the works. It even came with a suite of tools that you could use to create your own completely different product from scratch if you ever wanted to. This wasn't just a pre-built lemonade stand. This was the entire engineering degree on how to build any beverage franchise you could possibly imagine. The whole thing was starting to feel suspiciously valuable. But a blueprint is just a piece of paper. You still have to build the whole house. And that's where I expected this whole thing to fall apart. Okay, so the idea was solid. suspiciously solid. But ideas are cheap. The real test is the execution. And let's be very clear about this part. This is not a press one button and money appears machine. You have to do the setup. There is some upfront work involved, but the work felt different than I expected. It wasn't learn to code work or become a marketing genius overnight work. It was more like assembling IKEA furniture. The instructions are weirdly simple. There are pictures and all of the parts are already in the box. You just have to follow the footsteps. The blueprint showed you exactly which buttons to click in which order, how to set up a simple 2-page website called a funnel, how to connect an email autoresponder that would do all of the follow-up for you. It was basically a video game tutorial for building a business. I thought about my friend who tried dropshipping. His life was a chaotic mess of constantly tweaking ad campaigns, arguing with suppliers in different time zones, and trying to figure out why his profit margin was -3 cents. My setup, by contrast, was suspiciously quiet. No ad accounts to get banned, no inventory to manage, no angry customers demanding to know where their package is, just me, a checklist, and a growing sense that this might not be a complete disaster. After about a weekend of focused clicking and following directions, it was done. The little digital machine was built. It was just there online, quietly ready to go. The lemonade stand was open for business, but all I needed now was a customer. And I had absolutely no idea if anyone would show up. So the machine was built. The digital lemonade stand was officially open. And for 3 days, crickets. Nothing. I was starting to think, there it is. There's the part where it doesn't work. But then, on a Thursday, while I was in the middle of a pointless meeting about synergy, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I ignored it. It buzzed again. I pulled it out under the table and saw an email with a subject line I had never seen before. You've got a lead, but it wasn't about the money. Not really. It was the ping, the proof. The machine I had assembled over a weekend actually worked. Someone I had never met from a city I'd probably never visit had found my little automated corner of the internet and bought the blueprint, all while I was nodding along to a presentation about corporate values. Then it happened again the next day, and twice over the weekend, the machine was working, quietly, in the background, while I was sleeping, at the grocery store, watching a questionable Netflix documentary. The pings kept coming. And here's the part that felt different. I wasn't alone. I found the community for other people using the same blueprint. It wasn't a weird hype fest of rented cars and fake gurus. It was just normal people. Nurses, truck drivers, stay-at-home parents, teachers, students, small business owners, all running their own little digital stands, sharing what worked. It was weirdly collaborative, not competitive. The system wasn't just theory. The results were on my screen. And that's when the logical, skeptical part of my brain kicked back in and started asking some very pointed questions. Okay, but if it's so great, what's the catch? And if everyone is selling the same thing, how is this not some kind of scheme? Okay, but what's the catch? Right, let's talk about the elephant in the digital room. The questions you're probably thinking right now, because I was thinking them too. First, is this a pyramid scheme? The answer is a boring, simple no. A pyramid scheme needs you to recruit people into multiple levels below you. This is simply selling a product. You sell a course to a customer. The transaction ends. It's the same as selling an ebook, a preset, or a coffee maker. It's just less bulky. But here's the real distinction, and it's an important one. You're not just selling a single resellable file. That would be kind of lame. The program itself is a comprehensive education. It's packed with high-income skills, building sales funnels, email marketing, copywriting, skills you can use to sell anything online. You could use this education to launch your own clothing brand or sell courses on how to bake sourdough. The resellable product is just your first business ready to go on day one. Next question. If everyone is selling the same course, won't it get saturated? It's a fair question, but it's like asking if there are too many coffee shops. People don't just buy coffee, they buy from the coffee shop they like, the one with the vibe they trust. Online is the same. People buy from you. The program teaches you how to build your own unique brand. You can even build an invisible empire for yourself with a faceless channel just like this one. It shows you how to use simple social media content to get traffic so that you never have to run complicated ads or even show your face if you don't want to. And finally, the whole thing isn't an all or nothing deal. If buying the rights upfront feels like too much, there's another path. You can just start as an affiliate. You can promote the blueprints and earn a commission without ever buying the rights yourself. It's a way to get your feet wet with literally zero risk. So no, it's not a scheme. It's a digital product, an education, and a business model all rolled into one. It's a system, the same system that took me from that Sunday night dread to having a business that works for me. The only question left is, what could that system do for you? So that's the story. From Sunday night dread to automated pings. For years, the hardest part about making money online wasn't the work. It was the not knowing what work to do. It was the complexity, the conflicting advice, the gurus, all of it designed to keep you confused. This blueprint is the key. It's the end of the confusion. It's the what to do and the how to do it all in one place. So now you have a choice. You could close this video and go back to trying to piece it all together yourself, or you can get the exact step-by-step system that we've just broken down. If you are ready for a real plan, the entire digital blueprint is waiting for you at www.engagedexpertsbysarahjacob.com. This isn't just a course. It's a fully automated business in a box with multiple income streams built in and ready to promote from day one. You never have to hunt for customers or send a single awkward DM. When someone enters their full name and email, the system automatically sends them a video breakdown that does the selling for you, turning your email list into a source for daily income. That same email list then becomes your asset, allowing you to add more recurring income streams over time and scale from 0 to a 6-figure business. This isn't a magic button. It's for people who are ready to join a community, apply the steps, learn the skills, earn their freedom, and grow their business with consistency. If that sounds like you, the link is in the description. Go on, click it. The gremlin's getting hungry. Every week on this channel, we're going to be breaking down more blueprints, revealing new hacks, and sharing the real results of what works. To make sure you don't miss the next piece of the puzzle that could unlock your own invisible empire, subscribe now and drop your biggest digital dream in the comments below. Ready to build something remarkable? You don't have to figure this out alone. Join us to learn the blueprints, apply the automation, earn the results. Let's help you thrive online, starting today.